All right, welcome. Thank you for joining today's Wednesday mindfulness lunch session. And just an announcement, I'm going to be leaving. I'm volunteering in Madagascar for a month, so I'll be back in October. There will be mindfulness lunch sessions. Some of my coworkers will be leading them, so please continue to join if you're interested. And thank you for taking the time out of your day today for some self-care. Let's start with a grounding exercise. If there's one that you prefer that you know or that I've done before here that you like, please feel free to do that. I'm going to do the one where the right hand is on the forehead and the left hand is resting where the neck meets the back of the skull. This is to help calm the central nervous system. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. And checking in with the shoulders and the arms and the hands. Seeing if it's possible to have a light touch. Using the least amount of energy to hold the arms up. Sometimes we can be powering through, moving through life and one task after the other. Now can be a time to see if we can use the least amount of energy really necessary. A couple more breaths. And then bringing the hands to rest down at your side. Okay, so there are no special topics for today. Just going to be doing different mindfulness practices. So the first one is getting into a position that works for you, whatever that may be. That may be for some, they've been sitting and they want to stand, or maybe depending on your location, you can lie down. Or seated, finding something where the body is comfortable, again, exerting the least amount of energy. So some people would have the ankles under the knees and the feet flat on the floor. Maybe the shoulders over the hips. Maybe a slight tuck of the chin. The head is very heavy. So trying to have it rest on the neck equally. And again, everyone's body is different. Maybe today there's something going on with you that's different. Aware of the body. And doing what's best for your body today, here and now. Maybe you have a go-to position. Maybe that works today, maybe it doesn't. Taking the time to see what's best for you today. Being mindful can take, not have us distracted with any body aches and pains. And some of us maybe have chronic pain, so we do what we can to minimize the discomfort right now, since we have the opportunity to care for ourselves in this moment. And checking in with the breath in the body. How is the breath in the body at this moment? Where are you noticing it? Where do you feel it? Maybe you notice your chest expanding and contracting as you're inhaling and exhaling. Maybe you notice your belly. Maybe for you it's in the shoulders or in the nostril as the air is moving in and out of the nose. It doesn't matter which focal point you choose for the breath. Choose which is most predominant for you, which is the easiest for you to focus on. And maybe you like to join the mindfulness sessions for accountability or community, and you have your own practice that you prefer. Please feel free to do that and have my voice move into the background. Otherwise, trying to keep the focus on the breath, the anchor of the breath that you chose. Helping us key into the breath, maybe noticing the quality of the breath, the depth of the breath. Is it quick? Is it slow? Something in between? No judgment. Just noticing the breath. Maybe we're getting distracted and pulled away from the breath. Maybe there's sounds, or maybe there's thoughts pulling us away. Perfectly natural, perfectly normal. The key in mindfulness is noticing when we're pulled away and then coming back. Bringing the awareness and the attention back to the breath. Noticing where we're coming back to the breath again and again, as many times as we may be distracted or pulled away. Is the awareness still on the breath? Has the breath changed in the body since just a few minutes ago? And letting go of the breath. And now moving into awareness of the body and what's happening in the body. Maybe checking in with the feet on the floor, where the hands or the arms are resting. Maybe the hands are in your lap or resting on the thighs. Different body sensations you may experience. Could be temperature changes, where clothing is resting against the skin versus other areas where it's not. Maybe there's a tingling. Maybe a shooting sensation. Maybe an area of tightness or an area that feels light. Noticing moment by moment what's happening in the body. Maybe you just had lunch and your belly's full, digesting. Maybe you haven't eaten yet, and me even mentioning that stirs some feelings in the stomach. These are suggestions for possible body sensations you may be noticing. Take a few minutes now to pay attention to whatever body sensations you're having moment by moment. Now that we're focused on the body, maybe you're feeling uncomfortable and you didn't notice that before. Is the discomfort, or is it because we're drawing attention to the body now? So if it's real and you want to move, by all means, move your positioning of the body. But maybe wait a little bit just to check in to see if it's really necessary to move. Maybe your attention is drawn away from the body to something that was happening before, or something you may need to do after. And that's okay. Just notice where you were pulled off to. Being kind and generous, compassionate to yourself. But it's okay. And coming back to the body sensations. we are maybe noticing tension in the area of the body. Maybe allowing the breath and breathing into that area. It may help with the tension. Just let it go. Letting go of the body sensations, and if you're interested now, moving into sounds. What is the soundscape of where you are, right here, right now? Is there a specific sound that's consistent that you would like to focus on? Or maybe surfing the soundscapes, going with whatever is most prominent moment by moment. There can also be the sounds internally in the body. Maybe the sound of breathing. Maybe you can hear your heart beating, or maybe food digesting. So using internal or external sounds. Maybe my voice. Sometimes sounds can be the biggest distraction, being pulled away from awareness, whatever we're focusing on. So using the sounds as the awareness, the focal point. Some people find easier or comforting. And you can always come to the breath as a focal point at any time. If having difficulty with whatever. Sounds can also bring up thoughts and emotions. Maybe noticing the thoughts and emotions that arise with sound and letting them drift off. Seeing if we can be with the sounds without judgment. Preferring one over another, liking, disliking. And letting go of sounds. And returning to the breath in the body. How is the breath in the body at this moment? Now letting go of the breath and bringing our awareness to our surroundings, wherever we may be. Maybe wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. Maybe if we had the eyes closed, slowly opening them. If you can and are able, please do thank yourself for setting aside time for self-care. I firmly believe if we don't take care of ourselves, so if that sounds corny, maybe just put a hand to your heart instead. Thank you for joining. May your mind be at peace. May your words come from a place of love, and may your heart be filled with joy. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday.